Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. My apologies, I've not released a lot of videos over the past couple of days or about a week because I've not been feeling very well, and also it was my wife's birthday and also my son's birthday on the same day last Friday, so happy birthday to them. Now, in this video, we're going to go through World Arena. It's back on. I've posted a couple of matches up already of the different events and, of the different teams that I've been running with regards to the Master and Below. So only 5 teams effectively, but now I've moved up into Challenger and teams seem to be doing relatively well. So let's first of all jump in to have a look at what I've come up with over the course of the past couple of weeks. So first things first, I built a strikers team. Now the strikers team might not be relevant for some of you if you don't have Arthur. If that is the case, you can always go ahead and replace Arthur with secret technology Stannis or Stannard. Would you believe it? No, I'm just joking on that one, but it is a viable option as he is a Doom's striker. Yes, you can also replace Ophelia, but I wouldn't suggest it. Now, I have gone with Arthur specifically because of the Thornbinders with Doris and also with Nawi and Seraphina. Ophelia, it's done relatively well over the course of the past couple of weeks, losing here and there, but I don't expect it to win altogether too much because a lot of people are running Monarchs, and Monarchs do seem to be, again, I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, Monarchs do seem to be the best synergy in the game, and it's because you can't get one shot. Like all of these teams here can get one shot, or this team here can get one shot. Again, it's because just being alive makes it so that you have a chance to win, in my opinion anyway. Again, this is the team build that I've gone for. Again, if you don't have Arthur, you can go ahead and switch him out or with another potentially Gloria in the form of Gloria. You can pop Gloria in. That will put you up to 4 Glorians and 3 Doomsdayers, and then this team, absolutely fine. The reason that I've gone with Arthur is just because he's a new unit, and I wanted to build around these new units first. So, second team, first things first, the relics for the previous team here, I've gone with the new Lance, which gives 100 relic energy for Dooms. Very, very good. Very, very powerful. I've gone with the Stun and also with the Demon Blade Whip just to slow the enemies down and increase our health and our survivability, because that is the one thing that strikers really do lack, is survivability. Again, it is what it is. You're either going to die or you're going to kill the enemy very quickly with a strikers team. Now, second team, I've gone with a mix of Dooms and Monarchs. If you notice as well on the third on this team, I've only included 2 synergies, and that's Dooms and Glorians. Now, something that you used to be able to do, say for example, I wanted a Mistfire in here. I could go ahead and pop in, say, we'll call it Sandra for now. I could pop Sandra in here, and that previously would have give Mystifiers bonuses to the entire team. We would be able to banish the enemy. We would be able to trigger the Awaken ability. But as it stands now, if you include one of the synergy, even if you have proof, so as you can see, I've got 2 Mystifiers on here, but it won't proc the Mystifiers buffs. The reason that it won't proc the Mystifiers buffs, again, is because you do need 3 in total to proc the buffs for any particular synergy, so which is why I've got 2 Glorians in here in the form of Seraphina and Nawi, and I've got 3 Dooms in here. You can't have 2 Dooms to proc the Doom synergy and 2 Ethereals to proc the Ethereal synergy, and then 1, say, Mistfire, 1 Ethereal, something like that, to proc those synergies. It now needs to be, you need to have a minimum of 2. And doing the maths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can only fit 2 synergies on any given team now moving forward. That is how it's going to be for the rest of this season. I don't know how it's going to be moving forward for the next season. Might change. We'll have to see. But as it stands, you can't have one unit of a particular synergy to proc that synergy. So just something to keep in mind there. Right, the next team, I've gone with mainly Monarchs and Dahlia. So I've gone with Halissa, Merlin as Doom Monarchs, and I've gone with Talos and Dullahan as Mistfire Monarchs. And then the third, or the final slot goes to Dahlia to swap with Halissa and to copy all of those buffs and potentially copy Halissa's, or potentially have Halissa copy those buffs as well. Because I do have the runes for Dahlia and for Halissa as well. So Halissa, I have 2-2. I'm able to bump up HP by 300% for all Monarchs, which gives our back row a lot more survivability. Again, Dahlia, I couldn't really find a proper spot for Dahlia, considering the state of Avengers at the moment, but it is what it is. Now, with regards to... final thing on this first team, I've just gone with the increase attack of all Doomsdayers because we do have 3 Dooms on the team, and we do want Arthur's attack as high as possible. Now, on this team, I've gone with the healing. So allies restore 25% of their own HP every round. That plays into the Mystifiers buff as well. So Mystifiers will heal 25%. So I believe that you're getting a total of 50% HP recovery every round for your team. I've also got full heal runes on Dahlia. It is what it is. I probably would say heal runes aren't really the way to go for Dahlia, but it has helped me survive many battles with Dahlia as the sole survivor because she is restoring that 20% HP. So Dahlia herself should be restoring 70% HP every single round, which is very important in these matches where a lot of HP is lost very quickly. And again, there's no real dedicated healer on this team. So again, it's primarily just for survivability. We're not able to take more than, I believe, 60% damage from any given hit, or 40% damage, something like that. Plus, then we're healing. It's a very survivable team. Relics, I've gone for Leviathan for the silence. I've gone for an increased reflect rate and also quite a bit of damage with regards to the whirling blade, and then also increase attack as well. Plus the execute does help, so it increases the attack by 10% for 2 rounds, and relic damage executes targets with less than 20% HP. So having that execute can work very well. Now I don't have 4 different rune synergies, so it doesn't increase the actual relic damage, but it is what it is. It increases our damage by 10% and gives the execute ability. Now onto the third team, I've gone with a Mystifiers and Glorians setup. I've got the 3 Monarchs in Lee, Audrey and Astrid, and then I've got 2 protectors in the form of Lancelot and Gaia. Corrode does a massive chunk of the work for this particular team, so having Gaia, Astrid and Lancelot all applying Corrode, and also Lancelot buffing up the damage for Corrode. Gaia will also apply an additional stack of Corrode when Corrode has been applied to get the increased damage reduction and also the increased attack for the team here. So for me, very powerful team. With the 3 Monarchs, we get the 60%, so we're not able to take more than 60% damage at any given attack. And then again, Lee builds himself up very quickly. Works very well in combination with Astrid's attack, increase from speed, and also from Gaia and her attack. Damage increase and damage reduction factors as well. I've gone for increased damage for Mystifiers for the artifact, and then I've gone for Underworld Key. I've gone for Plague Bow and Night's Edge as well. Pretty standard for Mystifier relics. I've not gone with any I've not gone with any Glorians relics here, just because I do need them elsewhere as well. Now the next team, the 4th team that I've gone for, is a partial enchanters. Sorry, I don't use enchanters very much. But it's Eudora, Ariana, and Wuzatan. They are your enchanters, and then Elisha and Lillian Leah has a slight monarch sub theme going along as well, just so that Elisha and Lillian Leah don't get one shot effectively. It does help out for the rest. It doesn't actually help out for the rest of the team because Monarch level 2 only applies for the 2 Monarchs that are on the team. But Eudora, Wuzatan, and Ariana all do multiple target attacks. So Wu hits multiple targets, Ariana hits multiple targets, and Eudora hits multiple targets as well. And the fact that we've got the two what are they called? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I've not had any coffee this morning. Ethereals. There we go. So it is the 2 ethereals. Will also provide the ethereal synergy, so we will increase our dodge chance. The reason that I've put Ariana at the front and Lily and Leah at the front is because every time we dodge an attack, we also proc their ultimate attacks. So Lily and Leah will provide that additional shielding every time they dodge an attack, and Ariana, every time she dodges an attack, will proc her ultimate, which stops the it removes all of her shielding and does damage equal to, or I think 300% higher than 300% higher than that shield to the enemies as well. And if that happens multiple times, if they're both being hit multiple times, works very well as a good combo. If Wu gets hit, Wu will also proc her ultimate, which will steal an enemy. Very, very powerful. Wu really does need a way to proc multiple times, or to proc Phantom Illusion multiple times, in order for her to be super effective, which is where her, I think, 2/2, so her 2 legendary, 2 epic runes come into play. I don't have those. I just have her epic runes. So as you can see, I've just got epic runes for Wu, and that gives a guaranteed 75% damage reduction for the entire team. And as well, I've got Elisha and Eudora. The reason for that is just because of how powerful this combination is. So Elisha and Eudora, especially Eudora with skin, is one of the most effective combos in the entire game. And I've actually replaced my first team on Palace of Penrose, and I'm now up to stage 9,600, something like that, with those 2 on the front team, on the first team, sorry. So Eudora will attack, increase the attack and HP of the rest of the team, and then it goes from there. So again, not too much survivability. Lily and Leah in here for that survivability, the 2 Monarch synergies, and then the Enchanted synergy to hopefully confuse the enemy as much as possible. Now, with regards to relics, I've gone for Spear, I've gone for Shield, and I've gone for Chest as well. And the reason for that is because we've got 3 Glorians on the team, so we get that third, or we get the 2-star passive for relics for Glorians. Nothing to do with crit. Again, probably could do something to do with crit, but it's not something that you need to rely on. Eudora will do enough. Now, next team, I've gone full protectors. So I've got 3 protectors, 3 ethereal protectors on the back row: Katrina, Wukong, and Karnak. And then on this front row, I've got Madeline and Lamia. The reason that I've got Madeline and Lamia on here, again, because of the Protector synergy, and because we've got the Proof of Dooms, it'll trigger the Dooms passive as well. So not only when we get hit will we reflect that damage back, but also when we do crits, we'll also gain heal or healing from Karnak and shielding from Katrina. Again, it is what it is. I do enjoy this team. Specifically, Lamia finally has a place to shine, but it's not the best team that I've seen. But given the units that I've got to work with, for me, it is. Now, I've got for relics, got the Claw, which reduces reflect rate for the enemies. I've got the Gourd for Wukong to proc as many times as we possibly can, and the Scales as well. So the Scales will help heal and also remove debuffs, I believe. So yeah, it's just a reasonable team with Protector's synergy. Now, Team 6 looks very strange. And the reason that I've gone for this, I've got the 2 enchanters at the front in the form of Athena and Helios. So whenever we do let me just check on Athena. Bear with me. Where have you gone? There you are. So I've got 2-2 for Athena and her runes. So her runes, she's just been so good. Physical damage reduction increased by 30% for all allies, and the attack boost effect stack limit is increased by 5. When ally receives an active attack, there is 75% chance to gain 1 stack of attack boost for 3 rounds. So every time we take an attack, we increase our attack, and we also have a number of strikers available as well. So if you have a look through here, we've got 3 strikers in the form of Cleo, Catherine, and Mulan. Potentially, you can put Athena on this back row and put Cleo on the front row just to get more damage in. But I found protecting Cleo in this build is pretty essential. Now we do have Glacians and we have 4 Mystifiers. So we have Catherine and Mulan. What an excellent combo they are. Although I think Mulan is Thornbinder and Catherine is a Glacian. They still work very well, and we've still hit the Glacian's target. Cleo to provide Holy Shield and protection for the entire team through the form of Holy Shield, just to help us survive that first round and help us build up. So whenever we receive an active attack, we'll increase our attack with thanks to Athena, and then Helios will also has a chance to reflect. He also has a chance to stun when he reflects because of the runes that I've got for him. But again, you don't really rely on that because it's only 25%. And then hold on. I've gone for this, by the way. For the first 3 rounds of battle, allies take 50% less damage in order to build up that Protector's Synergy. So the Protector's Synergy, in case you aren't very familiar with it, it is around, I think it's 5% or... I think it's 5% for protectors. Let me just find a protector on here. Yes, as you can see, we've got 5 protectors, so it increases defense of all allies by 15% every round. When received an active attack, there's a 30% chance to repose it with a basic attack that deals 100% damage. So effectively, we want that to trigger as much as possible. And again, we want Wukong to trigger as much as possible, just because he will do a lot of damage. But again, I just want that survivability. Now, did I discuss this one here? No. Increase the attack of Ethereals by 300%, just so that Eudora does as much damage as possible on that first hit, as well as Elisha. And then on this one, Mistfires, I went through that one. So that's absolutely fine. Now, 6, we've already gone through this team, gone through this one. This is all allies increase their attack by 50% to play into the Doom synergy and also to play into the Corrode synergy as well. Where did you just go? There we go. And you're still on. That's fine. So increasing our attack by 100% really does impact the enemies quite a bit, and they do die quite frequently in round 1 with the Doom synergy and also with the Mistfire synergy as well. And final team, I've gone for it. I've tried it. And it does work to a point, but it's only thanks to Mavis. The rest of the team is absolute garbage. So let me just show you. I've got 4 Royals, 3 Thornbinders, 3 Deviants, 3 Avengers in the form of Mavis, Janna, and Aphrodite. I don't have proof of Avengers, and I don't have proof of Valianters either. So I don't think. If I had proof of Valianters, I think it would be better. But I do have Secret Technology, 5 out of 5 on Grace of Soul Eaters. So Hades here at the back will start to do absolutely massive damage, as well as the Mystic Fountain ability from the Avengers. Currently, I've only got that at level 2. Going to build that up over the next couple of weeks. But again, it is primarily, this team is focused around this back slot and Hades. Normally, what will happen is the rest of my units will die, and it will just be Mavis stood alone. Hopefully, Mavis can put the work in. Now, I do have 2 protectors in the form of Leandra and Hades, and I also have Aphrodite, Mavis, and Janna because I believe they are the strongest Avengers, irrespective of their typing. So, as you can see down here, I've got 1 Phantom in the form of Janna, and I've got 2 Monarchs in the form of Mavis and Aphrodite. Potentially can put Potentially, you can change out Janna for, say, Victoria or Macaria, which would give you more Soul Eaters than Avengers, but I really did need the relics. So as you can see, for relics for this team, I've got Chest, I've got Sphere, and I've got Hand of Tyr as well. Old classics. And then for the artifact, I've gone for increase the attack of Avengers by 300%. So those are my teams. Those are the teams that I've built. As you can see, doing relatively well. If we have a look in the battle report here, I'm doing relatively well. Being challenged. I've not really challenged altogether too much. Sneaky Brem, he did beat those teams. I'm going to call it RNG. No, he's very good. Brem is very, very strong. But as you can see, I'm not really... insufficient diamonds. Ooh, it is what it is. But as you can see, I'm not really challenging very much, and I am up to Challenger 4. I will, over the course of the next sort of 5 days, eventually get up to Supremacy. So currently, I'm 76. I'm absolutely fine with being super low down, or at least rank 76 for now, below everybody else. And the reason for that is because eventually I'm going to make my way all the way up to Supremacy tier, and it should be a lot easier for me the less I challenge. And what I mean by that is my power level is reasonably high, and I should be able to get up to sort of the I would say 20s, 20s or 30s, and then I'm absolutely happy with sitting there. I don't go for number 1, don't go for top 10, absolutely not, because that is absolute insanity, and you need like 40 or 50 attempts in order to get to number 1 with very strong teams. So for me, not really possible to get up to number 1, but around the 20s is absolutely fine where I want to get to. So that's it from me. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll have a quick challenge. Yeah, sure. We'll watch this challenge and see how these teams function in battle, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll just show a couple of things as well. So it looks like K of Spades. It may potentially work because they've got the 2 Dooms, they've got 2 Ethereals, but again they've put in a... So yeah, they've put in a they put in Mavis. Now I don't know why they've put in Mavis. It might be potentially because they wanted the mystical fountain where Nawi is, but that doesn't work. And again, the reason that it doesn't work is because you need 2 of every single. So you need 2 of every single team on here in order for it to function properly. So Mavis down, that's probably why they've included Mavis. But again, it is very strange as to why they've included Mavis there. They probably could have included somebody else, but who knows. Now, next team, this may be complete loss, who knows. Yeah, maybe. So you've got, yeah, again, you've got Elmer in there. Now, Elmer doesn't proc the Soul Eater's passive. He doesn't proc the Elysian's passive either. So I'm not too sure why Elmer was included in there, because the having 1 on the synergy it doesn't work. It really just doesn't work. Maybe this is why. Got to wipe me out one shot. No, looks fine. Again, the Monarchs, like I said, either you get in one shot with the strikers, or you've got Monarchs on your team, and it typically will win. Now, I think this one is a loss, potentially. Again, it baffles me as to why you would have 1. So just 1 unit on the of a particular synergy. If you've read the patch notes, if you've been keeping up, this doesn't work. Who knows though? Who knows? Unfortunately, couldn't kill Eudora before she procced, so it may be a loss on this one because of Elisha Eudora combo. It's just so strong. It's just so strong. Now, fortunately, got a couple of misses there. But every time we do... So Eudora's going to do a massive amount of increase in HP for the enemy team. Really, really powerful. But we did steal an enemy as well. That's thanks to Lancelot. Lancelot's runes there, very, very strong. And there we go. So Aphrodite to proc. Steal one of our units. Lee, not too bad, I don't think. So we get our bow and we get our holy shield trigger. So we'll take that. And then Audrey here, every time healing is received on the enemy team, we also increase our... Audrey will steal half of that healing as well. Unfortunately, big misses here. And it is with thanks to the Ethereals. So the Ethereals, in case you don't know, they will steal enemy unit. No, not steal enemy units. They will proc ultimate attacks, which is probably why Aphrodite has been included on these teams. Every time we miss, we also... yeah, this is a straight up loss, unfortunately, unless Gaia's going to pull something out of the bag, but I don't foresee that happening, unfortunately. Yeah, shame, real shame, but it is what it is. So that was a loss. We'll take that, and then maybe these are just losses. We'll see. Now this is an almost full Ethereals, except for the 2 Mystifiers. This is a much more coherent team, having 3 Ethereals and having 2 Mystifiers on the enemy team. So as you can see, Lily and Leah, round 1, proc that Holy Shield. Oh, not the Holy Shield, proc their ultimate attacks. Can be very, very powerful. We have also applied Hindrance, no Silence either. The reason for that is because of the 3 Glorians as well, so just something to keep in mind. We have also stunned the entire enemy team. So very, very powerful effect. Hopefully lots of crits here. Yeah. So we'll increase our max HP in our attack. And then I think we can go ahead and skip that one. So yeah, again, very, very powerful team build. Having those 2 at the front, having Lily and Leah proc that shield, followed up by Ariana proccing her ultimate ability. Very, very strong. Now in this one, having the 2... So it looks like there's 3 Dooms and 2 Enchanters. This is going to be a very, very tough team to beat, especially given that we're relying on dodging effectively to win. With the Ethereals build and also with the Dooms at the front, I just don't think we've got a chance in this one, unfortunately. But it is what it is. They've focused a lot of power in this front row. With Gloria providing the damage reduction for the front row. But Gloria is down. We do increase max HP, massive amounts of HP lost, or increased technically. And Gwyn also providing that increased attack. We'll just see. Unfortunately, it might just be a fight between these 2, but we'll see. Yeah, unfortunately, big misses. Big misses. We also get some misses, so I'll take that. So freeze and then death. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Katrina not able to do altogether too much because we are... Oh, we did get the bind though. So maybe these 2 can take it, but very unlikely. Yeah, it's a loss. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now this team, I don't know. This team, I think we should get the win, but against the opposition, you've got 3 Monarchs on here, and yeah, unfortunately, Halios been being banished. I don't think it'll do too much, but we'll just have to see. Corolla in here with Audrey to provide the additional Monarch support. So Audrey providing Monarchs as well. See, as you can see, we can't lose, or the enemy can't lose more than X amount of HP, which is very, very strong. Very, very strong indeed. But potentially, this will be over by the end of round 1 unless they've got massive relic damage. But we'll see. There we go. We get our Holy Shield back, unfortunately. Still frozen. So that'll be until next round, I believe. Get the attack increase, and then hopefully these back 2 to do a lot of damage. Big miss there, I think. But still does the massive corrode damage. And Cleo is back because of the Python's mirror, by the way. Just FYI. And no vital drain, unfortunately. So it's just these 2 left. We'll see. So yeah, we've been quite neutered actually with the banish and with the freeze effect. Again, banish. It is what it is, but it seems a lot fairer this season. There we go. Perfect. So now we're back to 2-2. We get the freeze finally. Maybe we get a banish effect, but I doubt it. These rounds are going to go very, very quickly. So it's either we lose now, or we apply enough burn and corrode. Oh, we even banished. Okay, so I'll take that. So it is down to this last match. Very exciting. We'll see. And I think this one's a loss. And the reason that I think this one is a loss is because of the 5 monarchs that the enemy team has. But I might be wrong. I've been wrong before, but it doesn't look like we can win this, unfortunately. And again, it is because of the Astral Dragon. The Astral Dragon, we would have stolen an enemy unit there. It's completely nerfed Mystifiers this season. And the Holy Shield proc as well. So they do get... so this is a higher than 3-star. Yeah, so it is 3-star banner. So they do get that Holy Shield there. We've got no real recourse to get that sorted out. We did steal with Hades' Soul Eater ability. So hopefully his power has gone through the roof now, and hopefully his HP has gone through the roof, but we'll have to see. And Janna frozen as well. Now, there is something to keep in mind that Mavis is quite a hard counter to Dooms, typically. And it will always, not always, but most of the time, it will come down to this last match here. Shame. So we did get Aphrodite back, but it's just too weak. Like the Avengers synergies this season, just not good enough. Not good enough for me. Having that Astral Dragon here in this slot, specifically when they released Cleo, that for me is... It's like they wanted to nerf Avengers as much as they possibly could. And to be fair, they have done so, if that is their intention. They have nerfed Avengers and Valianters this season with the Soul Eater ability. Yeah, so Soul Eater returns... returns Cleo here. Unfortunately, is what it is. So yeah, I think this one is straight up loss. We do have... Yeah, I think it's partially due to the banner, but also primarily due to the 5 monarchs and having Cleo on the enemy team as well. Yeah, so they can't take more than 30% damage, which is partially the reason as to why we can't win here. So let's just go ahead and take RL. And then, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is change up that last team. That last team is absolute garbage this season anyway. Let's jump against you. Let's go ahead, take out this last team. And let's go for... What thrills we got left? Go for monarchs. Go 1, 2. 3. You and you. Let's try this team. We'll see. We'll see. Pop Aphrodite in this back slot. We still get to retain our relics, and let's quick deploy. Put in Glorians instead. Oh yeah, let's try it out. So just the 4. So this is either a 1-3 situation or a 3-1 situation. Either I lose this next match. Oh, there we go. So yeah, didn't even get to see that team change up. Yes, it was a 4 out of 4. So, right, okay, we didn't even get to see that last team, so we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. So rank up to Challenger 4. Take that. We did rank back down, but now we rank back up. It's just the way of things. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Let me know how it goes.